Do you want to learn to make these delicious, buttery, melt in your mouth shortbread cookies? Well, then stick around because I'm showing you exactly how to do that. Hi guys, I'm Samina and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm showing you how to make these incredibly indulgent and delicious yet super simple malted shortbread cookies. So let's get right into this recipe. The very first thing you want is some softened salted butter, which is at room temperature. I've used salted butter. If you're using unsalted butter, then don't forget to add a pinch of salt in the dry ingredients mix, which we will get to later. Here in a bowl, I've used my electric beaters on medium speed and I'm going to whip this butter until it goes pale and fluffy and creamy looking. It will almost increase in volume, so to speak. This is what it looks like at the end of 3 minutes. I'm going to use my spatula and bring it all together because now we're going to add our next ingredient, which is some icing sugar. Now guys, icing sugar is important. You cannot use castor sugar or any other sugar. The reason for that is icing sugar already has a little bit of cornstarch in it, so it adds a different texture to the shortbread cookie. So that's the reason why we add the icing sugar, and we're going to sift it in so that there are no lumps. Now if you use electric beaters here, you are going to be covered in icing sugar snow, so that's the reason we use a spatula and we mix it by hand manually first until it is coated in the butter almost, and then you use your electric beaters first on low speed and then on a medium speed. First beat it for about a minute and a half, then use your spatula and go around the sides and bottom of the bowl like so. Look how pale it has already gone, guys. Now we are going to go back with our electric beaters for another minute and a half, so a total of 3 minutes, first on low speed then on medium speed, and look how incredibly fluffy that looks at this point. This is perfect. This is exactly the consistency we're going after. Now it's time to add our dry ingredients. So here I have some all-purpose flour, and then we're going to add the star ingredient of our shortbread cookies, which is some vanilla Horlicks powder. It's basically just vanilla flavored malt powder. You can skip this if you do not want to add the malted flavor to this. I highly recommend that you do, but you can totally skip it as well and just use the butter, icing sugar and flour in this mix. Now I'm going to use my electric beaters and just mix it on a low speed only until it looks like breadcrumbs almost. Now we're going to add some ice cold water to this. By the way guys, all the quantities are down in the description box below, so don't forget to check it out. And again, I'm going to use my electric beaters, and on low speed I'm only going to mix this until it comes together. Remember, you do not want to over mix the batter at this point. So in the end, I will use my hands, use clean hands, and I am going to just bring it together into a dough, and our shortbread dough is basically ready. Now we're going to roll this dough out between 2 sheets of parchment paper. It should be roughly 1/4 of an inch thick, and then I'm going to use a round cookie cutter. You could use cookie cutters in absolutely any shape and size, and this is where you can actually get really creative. So I'm just going to cut out some circles into the dough, and the rest of the dough that is left over, you can always roll it back into a dough and flatten it out again between parchment paper sheets, and do the same process again. But make sure that you do not overwork the dough. You don't want chewy cookies, you want crisp buttery cookies that melt in your mouth. So I'm going to transfer these to my baking tray, which is lined with parchment paper, and these are all my cutout cookies right now. And I'm going to use a toothpick and make a few holes on the surface of these shortbread cookies. We do this so the cookies don't puff up. And now we're going to refrigerate this for some time, and while it's refrigerating for 15 to 20 minutes, we are going to preheat our oven to 160 degrees Celsius, and then we'll bake it for about 18 to 20 minutes, turning them halfway through so they bake evenly. And here we have our malted shortbread cookies, which are ready, but we're not going to eat them just yet because they are piping hot. We're going to put them on a cooling rack and let them cool for about 15 to 20 minutes, and they'll firm up even more. They'll get super flaky as they cool down, and that's it guys. This is ridiculously easy to make, so simple, so delicious, so perfect with a cup of tea. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I post a new video. I'll see you again next time. Until then, goodbye and happy baking.